Welcome to Boring News from Not Boring, where we bring you the news as Polymarket sees it. I'm your host, Packy McCormick's voice, and my job is to put my mouth where your money is. Today is January 8th, 2025. Meta plans to replace its third-party fact-checking program with a community notes system, aiming to boost free expression and reduce bias. On Polymarket, odds are around 64% for Meta implementing the system by April, with a trading volume of around $7,000. President-elect Donald Trump proposes renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, sparking debates. Polymarket shows around a 30% chance for the renaming, with a trading volume of around $15,000. The Palisades Fire in Los Angeles County has burned over 2,900 acres and is 0% contained. Polymarket odds are around 11% for containment by Friday, with a trading volume of around $16,000. Now, let's dive into today's stories in detail. Meta is undergoing a major change in its moderation strategy. Announced by CEO Mark Zuckerberg on January 7th, Meta will replace its third-party fact-checking program with a community notes system. This move aims to boost free expression and reduce perceived bias, similar to the approach used by X, formerly known as Twitter. As Meta navigates the political landscape, particularly with the incoming Trump administration, they seek to regain favor with conservative audiences and address criticisms over censorship. By allowing users to add context to posts instead of relying on external fact-checkers, Meta hopes to foster community engagement. Historically, third-party fact-checkers were used to combat rising misinformation, especially during critical events like elections or the pandemic. Zuckerberg's shift intends to democratize content moderation, but raises concerns about misinformation growth and issues involving hate speech. Current reactions on X and traditional news outlets vary. Some users see this as a win for free speech, while others worry about the possibility of increased misinformation. Traditional outlets note the risks tied to looser moderation. Market response on Polymarket reveals a trading volume of around $7,000, with odds at around 64% for Meta implementing the new system by April, reflecting some optimism. Success depends on Meta balancing user freedom with effective misinformation control. But for now, let's move on to the next story. President-elect Donald Trump is announcing plans to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America in order to underline U.S. influence over the region. This is prompting debates about its feasibility. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene supports Trump's plan and is preparing legislation for the name change, although experts doubt its practicality. This proposal aligns with Trump's history of making bold statements, reminiscent of his past ideas about acquiring Greenland. Historically, renaming places involves the U.S. board on geographic names and faces significant legal and diplomatic barriers. Trump's proposal mirrors his confrontational approach toward Mexico and his aspirations of U.S. dominance. The Gulf's shared borders with Mexico and Cuba complicate the name change, historically subject to symbolic or skeptical attempts at change, similar to Trump's Greenland remarks. The announcement is leading to high activity on Polymarket, where traders are betting on the proposal's likelihood. The market is seeing a trading volume of around $15,000, with odds showing around a 30% chance of the renaming occurring, highlighting widespread doubts due to international hurdles despite Trump's bold posturing. Reactions on X are mixed, ranging from satire to support, with Greene actively backing the move. Traditional media is critiquing the proposal's legal challenges and potential international backlash, casting doubt on its feasibility. Implications involve potentially strained relations with neighboring countries, but the chances of an actual name change remain slim. The discussion is likely to fuel political debates, energize Trump's support base, and generate media buzz without yielding a formal name change. Let's move on to the next story. The Palisades Fire, which started on January 7th, is creating a serious emergency in Los Angeles County, California. Already burning over 2,900 acres, the fire is currently 0% contained, leading to the evacuation of about 30,000 people. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency. The strong Santa Ana winds are making it very difficult for firefighters to control the blaze. Historically, California wildfires have been increasing in intensity, driven by climate change and severe weather. Past fires like the Woolsey and Thomas fires highlight the potential destruction. The Palisades Fire is threatening thousands of homes, including the Getty Villa Museum, and causing casualties and significant property damage. News reports emphasize the intense firefighting efforts and predict the situation may worsen. Malibu residents are advised to prepare for evacuations. On Polymarket, odds are around 11% for the fire being contained by Friday, with a volume of around $16,000, indicating pessimism among participants. People on X are sharing concerns and stories about evacuations and the fire's rapid spread, expressing worry about possible catastrophic damage. News outlets highlight the emergency scale, evacuation procedures, and emergency declarations. The implications are dire. Without containment or a weather change, the region could face extensive destruction. Each of the stories we cover today is ongoing and may change dramatically. For updates and detailed odds, head to polymarket.com. That's all the news that's fit to predict. This is me, Packy McCormick's voice, signing off. May the odds be ever in your favor.